If we're not at a Disney park, we're dreaming about being there, and a cup of Joffrey's Coffee Disney Blend helps. But what about when you're at a Disney park? The Joffrey's Disney Kiosk and Restaurant Locator will make sure you never miss out, whether it's a cool drink on a hot summer vacation or a great cup of coffee at a Disney signature restaurant. Joffrey's has you covered. Check it out at Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The body of water that you see to the right of our forward motion is the Seven Seas Lagoon. The Seven Seas Lagoon is a man-made creation that took 3 years and the removal of millions of cubic yards of earth to complete.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott. This is ResortLoop.com. This is episode 679 of The Gateway to the Magic. Glad we managed to get through Hurricane Dorian okay. Hope everyone got through it. Hope it didn't affect anybody's vacations too much. I know somebody went down there about the middle of the week. They have a place there around Orlando, and they said their property was fine. So we'll go with that, and we'll keep moving forward. I thought this would be a good time, since it's been open now for a little bit. People out there have put out the Galaxy's Edge 10 must-do experiences inside this new land. This is not done by the official Stacy, but this is a top 10 list. The top 10 things to do at Batuu at Galaxy's Edge. Now, the story prefaces itself by saying that more than 14 acres, Galaxy's Edge is the largest single-themed land in Disney Parks history, packed with immersive storytelling that allows guests to live their own Star Wars adventure. With so much to do and take in, here are 10 must-do experiences for guests inside Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I'm going to read this as a top 10 list. I'm not sure they're in any particular order. Coming in at number 10, you can fly the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy in the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. The Millennium Falcon, as we know, is a Star Wars icon, and Star Wars Galaxy's Edge makes dreams come true for guests who have wished to step inside the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. In Smuggler's Run, they strap it into the Falcon cockpit and take the controls. I don't think you wrote the word pit in a wedding invitation, by the way. And they take the controls as pilots, gunners, or flight engineers on a mission to deliver smuggled goods while avoiding any unnecessary entanglements. I'm very excited about this. I've not been on this yet, but I do recall when they initially announced that there were going to be 2 attractions. They should be more, but the 2 for Star Wars Land, also known as Galaxy's Edge, I thought this was going to be the E-ticket. A lot of people are calling this a D-ticket. I still think it's got to be fantastic. Anytime you can get me that immersed in the ship I've always wanted to fly since 1977, I'm going to be all about it. But then Rise of the Resistance, that's apparently going to be the E-ticket. I'm very excited for this one coming out. We're going to talk about that one a little later in this show. Coming in at number 9, we're going to stroll the Black Spire Outpost Marketplace. Actually, this sounds a lot like shopping, but it is in at number 9. The Black Spire Outpost in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is home to a bustling marketplace full of vendors showcasing wares from across the galaxy. I hope there were no tariffs involved. A guest can pick up authentic Batuuan attire with a stop at the Black Spire Outfitters. They can start a collection of toys at the Tordarian Toy Makers or peek into the cages in the Creature Stall. That sounds not very safe. The marketplace's twisting pathway is just waiting to be explored with something new to see seemingly around every turn. Now this sounds, one, like it's a shopping experience, but it sounds like there's going to be a lot of other little things in there you can find. If you're really into Star Wars, I think you're going to get some references in there that maybe other people wouldn't get, but it's going to be all about the theming. And I think all these things you're going to have to do there because there's not just shopping involved, but additional experiences. And let's not forget about the app that'll let you scan different things. I'm so excited to try this. Coming in at number 7, take a swig of blue milk. Who hasn't wanted to do this? Always wanted to do this. And it's not like the blue milk left over from a bowl of blueberry. What was that? What was that cereal? Blueberry. There we go. Ever since Luke Skywalker sat down for a family meal in Star Wars A New Hope, I believe things went terribly awry after that, by the way. Star Wars fans have had this burning question. What does blue milk taste like? Well, now at Galaxy's Edge, they finally have their answer. The milk stand in Black Spire Outpost delivers both blue milk and green milk, delicious frozen blends, and dashes of fruity accents. I'm just going to leave that right there. I'm not sure if this is going to have lactose in it, but I'm hearing mixed reviews. People seem to prefer blue milk to the green milk. I don't know. I always think when I hear green anymore, I always think of algae blooms. So there's that. But no, go with that. Coming in number 6, we're going to grab a bite to go at the Ronto Roasters. One, I can smell this already. I love the video I've seen of this in some videos. But whether it's the large pod racing engine hanging overhead, I'm not sure that's OSHA approved, by the way. The former smelter droid turning a spit of meats, or just the savory smells wafting by, Ronto Roaches are sure to grab guests' attention. The quick service location offers mouth-watering Ronto wraps or spicy, sweet and spicy Nuna turkey jerky, as well as a selection of specialty beverages. I haven't heard too much about the turkey jerky, but anytime I get some grilled meats, I'm all about it. So I'm excited to eat some food that's been cooked with a pod racing engine. I wonder if I can get one of those themed for the house. It'd be fantastic. I'll craft a lightsaber at Savi's workshop. Again, another shopping experience, but let's talk about this one. It says constructing a lightsaber is a rite of passage, not a flight of passage, but a rite of passage in the life of a Jedi, as this elegant weapon from a more civilized age is attuned to its owner through the Force. Guests in Savi's workshop, hand-built lightsabers feel the presence of the Force as they craft their own lightsabers, customizing them with various hilts, decor, and the all-important Kyber crystals. Weren't those in the Avengers Infinity movies? Maybe I'm thinking of a different kind of jewel. I don't know. Or Jewel the Singer. There's that. What number are we on? I don't even remember. Number 6? We'll go with 6. Build a droid inside the droid depot. Okay, so far we got 2 extra experiences here where we can build a lightsaber, and build a droid. So there's going to be lots of extra cost experiences in this land. Droids can be some of the most loyal companions in the entire Star Wars galaxy. Well, as long as they're programmed to be loyal. And now guests have the chance to build and customize their own astromech friends at the droid depot. Patrons pick pieces and parts off a conveyor belt to construct one of 2 core models. We're familiar with these as the R series, the R2-D2s, or the BB series, BB-8, which can then interact with elements throughout the Star Wars galaxy's edge. This sounds pretty cool. Anything with interactivity, I'm all about. Anything with an extra cost, I'm not sure I'm about. But I suppose there's going to be lots of people walking out of there with a lightsaber and a droid. I think the droids you can put on your arms and they squeeze a little bulb, but I might be getting that confused with something from Avatar. Let's continue with number 4. We're going to drop by for a drink at Olga's Cantina. I've heard a lot about Olga's Cantina recently. It says the heartbeat of the Black Spire Outpost, Olga's Cantina is a place where even the blaster bolt scorches on the walls tell a story. Just matter who shot first. Guests can gather to share their own tales from around the galaxy as they enjoy exotic beverages served in unique vessels, or what we call them cups or glasses, and listen to spirited musical entertainment from DJ R3X, the former droid from Star Tours. That's fantastic. That's also Pee Wee Herman, for those of you keeping score. Whether sliding up to the cantina's counter or sliding into one of the establishment's back booths, this is the best place to catch up on local gossip, make a new friend, or form a new alliance. I'm not sure they can afford any more alliances. We don't want to have competing alliances, but hey, we can swing by Olga's Cantina for a space beverage. Coming in number 3. We talked about this. I talked about this, hinted at this a little bit earlier. We can hack Star Wars Galaxy's Edge with the Play Disney Parks mobile app. When you access the app inside the Galaxy's Edge, the Play Disney Parks app transforms your mobile device into their very own Star Wars datapad. I've heard a lot about this recently. They can scan the contents hidden inside containers, translate languages, and tune into communications happening throughout the land. Guests can also use this tool to hack into droids and door panels. This is what the locals call slicing. This helps them to unlock additional stories. So what I like about this is this can change. So you might go down there, maybe now, or you're going to go in there in December after Rise of the Resistance opens, have an experience with the app, certain scans. Next time you go down, it could change. It could maybe even change daily at some point. I'm kind of anxious to try this app out also. I think this is going to be fantastic. Coming in at number 2, although this is still no specific order, but I'm calling it number 2. You can support the Resistance or the First Order to gain outpost control. You can use that Play Disney Parks app we just talked about, and guests can play together in a game called Outpost Control. This takes place across the land. Guests will be able to choose either the Resistance or the First Order by hacking the blinking light panels next to the doorways throughout the Black Spire outpost. Why are these lights blinking out of sequence? Get them to blink in sequence. Anyway, the faction that controls the majority of these panels first wins the game and demonstrates their alliance to their side's cause. The conflict plays out multiple times throughout the day. Why are these lights blinking? Be careful. Anyway, with this, if one light goes out, they all go out. So that's left over from the Osborne family of lights. That's not true, by the way. Don't start a rumor. Actually, start a rumor. That's kind of fantastic. That the lights used in the Black Spire outpost are actually left over from the Osborne family of lights. All right. Number 1 on the list. Be on the lookout for Kylo Ren, Rey, and other Star Wars characters. It said guests should keep their eyes open as they explore the galaxy's edge because they may encounter heroes of the Resistance or agents of the First Order. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, who has anger issues, lands at Black Spire Outpost and gathers stormtroopers to help him hunt for the Resistance fighter Rey. Guests may also encounter Millennium Falcon co-pilot Chewbacca or Resistance spy V. Moradi. Hope I pronounced that right. Can't recall that name. I do know Chewbacca. My friends, and I call him Chewie. And he also owns that, pet food delivery service. So these are 10 of the things you've probably heard about Galaxy's Edge. There weren't any real spoilers here. Just some. Thought we should talk about just some of the things here we could do. A lot of these things were, extra cost. Like we said, they only have the one attraction right now. Other things are like shopping items, eating and drinking items. Get yourself a droid. Get yourself a lightsaber. I'm just waiting until I can take a X-Wing home. That'd be fantastic. Take the X-Wing home. I'd even be willing to pay for parking for the X-Wing at my resort, as long as I can take it home. So since we just talked about the 10 new things to do at Galaxy's Edge, we didn't really touch on Rise of the Resistance. So we got some new details about Rise of the Resistance. I thought this would be a good place to just mention those real quick. Disney is saying that Star Wars Rise of the Resistance will be one of the most ambitious, advanced, and immersive experiences ever undertaken by Walt Disney Imagineering. The new attraction will take guests aboard a full-size transport shuttle before they are captured by a Star Destroyer and wind up in the middle of a climactic battle between the First Order and the Resistance. The harrowing adventure will blur the lines between fantasy and reality on a scale never before in a Disney attraction. This is what has me so excited about this. It sounds like it's going to have multiple levels, multiple layers, a bunch of different things all coming together for what might be the best ride. Hope I'm not overselling this because I'm not really sure yet, but that Disney has ever done or anyone has ever done. Guests will join the Resistance and depart from Batuu in a transport ship. We just got to Batuu. Now we have to leave. We're gonna meet General Leia Organa. We know her as Princess Leia on a secret rendezvous point. However, on their way to the hidden base, oh no, something usually happens here. Oh yes, guests are intercepted and taken prisoner by the First Order as their ship is drawn into the hangar bay of a Star Destroyer. That sounds really cool. The action then ramps up as guests seek to escape the clutches of Kylo Ren and the First Order. So in this Disney ride, you're on your way and something goes horribly wrong. Oh, it sounds like Disney and Star Wars both. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance will bring guests face-to-face with some of their favorite Star Wars characters, including Resistance heroes Rey, Poe, and Finn, and then as well as Kylo Ren of the First Order. Ooh. It's going to be one of the longest attractions Disney has ever created. It's massive show building. It's a world upon itself, housing 2 full-sized AT-AT walkers and a Star Destroyer hangar bay, complete with a TIE fighter and a garrison of stormtroopers, plus more thrills and surprises. I heard these buildings are huge, which just gets me all the more excited. 1, it's going to be air-conditioned. 2, I'm excited to see the AT-AT walkers. I love the Star Destroyers. A TIE fighter? Stormtroopers? Oh my goodness. They continued to say Walt Disney Imagineering will combine multiple ride systems, which we already talked about, to tell the story of Star Wars. In one sequence, a new simulator experience will give the sensation to guests that they are falling from space to crash land on Batuu. I'm not a big fan of free falling. That's why I'm not a huge fan of actually riding Tower of Terror. I think it's fantastic. One time I did it. Theming, fantastic. Effects, fantastic. The feel of free falling, not so much. Anyway, during a portion of this experience, the guests will race through a Star Destroyer in a trackless ride vehicle featuring an onboard droid that reacts to its surroundings. This sounds like so much fun. I'm so excited to try out these trackless vehicles. I know they've been in France at the Ratatouille ride there for a while and a couple other places, but I'm excited to try these trackless vehicles because I guess they could change it up depending on whether they want to mix it up a little bit every time, depending on what they're planning to do, but we'll have to wait and see. It's coming up soon, though, coming up this December. At Walt Disney World shortly after at Disneyland. I'm so excited they're getting this at Walt Disney World first. Anyway, so that's some stuff that we can look forward to if you have not visited Galaxy's Edge yet, or if you've been there. Let me know if any of that stuff seems should have made that top 10 list. Looking forward to doing that. Before we leave, I wanted to share something I found very amusing. I got a little message because of Looper Nation Live. Someone had shared a story in there, and I know they weren't serious. That's why this is hilarious to me. Said there was a false rating on content shared in Looper Nation Live. Apparently Facebook's buckling down on news that may not be considered accurate. Somebody had posted that, the old news story, that the false story that always gets published around that in the event of a hurricane, they take the spires off of Cinderella's castle. So they will not blow off, which I think we all know is fake, but yet highly amusing to always see those Photoshop pictures. But I got a thing here that says, false. This is from PolitiFact through Facebook. False. Disney World did not deconstruct Cinderella's castle to prepare for the hurricane. So of all the news going around Facebook that is false and questionable, that's what they decided to send a little message to me about. So anyway, if you'd like to see more false news, join us over at Looper Nation Live. I'm kidding. It's all fantastic news. Lots of great people over there. Lots of good, accurate information. Some stuff's posted in a little bit of fun. I can guarantee you that I found that very hilarious. So continue to share over at Looper Nation Live. I'm Tim Scott. Let's wrap this up. Facebook, Twitter, their website, ResortLoop.com. If you're looking to book a trip to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, anything with the word Disney in the beginning, look us over at ResortLoopTravel.com. Everybody, thanks for joining us. We'll have more great shows coming up soon. You've been listening to the Gateway to the Magic. See you, everybody. Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote, or for more information, visit ResortLoopTravelGroup.com.